In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape LinkedIn page followers and LinkedIn profile followers. I'm also going to show you how to clean the list so you're only adding leads that actually match your ICP criteria. The reason this way of building lead lists is interesting is because these people have already shown interest in a specific service or topic. So they're much more likely to be in your ICP than leads from an Apollo search. So you're starting with warm leads, at least warmer, instead of completely cold ones. If you're new here, my name is Romain Osman. I co-founded 5element, and over the past years, we've generated over 1,000 sales appointments and millions in pipeline for B2B companies using cold emailing and LinkedIn outreach. So let's get started. So first, we need to start with Boomerang. So we use Boomerang to source Apollo leads, but as you can see, we can also scrape competitor followers. When you're here, you can either choose competitor followers, so that's the company page followers, or the creator's profile followers. In this video, we're going to talk about the company page followers, but it's exactly the same for the creator profile followers. So this step is very straightforward. You just open the LinkedIn company page of a company. So I'm going to take Clay as an example. You copy it and you paste it here. Then you add the name file, and then you choose the number of followers you need to scrape. So if you want, for example, 100,000 followers, you pay 350 credits. So that's $350. So basically that's $3.5 per 1,000 followers. So to be honest, that's a pretty cheap way to scrape LinkedIn followers. For creators' profile followers, it's more expensive. For 100,000 followers, you need to pay $1,000. So that's $10 per 1,000 followers. Then you click on Get My Leads and you're going to get your list in 24 to 48 hours. So I've done a test for the LinkedIn followers of Clay, and here's the list that I got. So you get the first name, last name, the summary, you get all of the information that are on the LinkedIn profile of the person. So you get their LinkedIn profile, the LinkedIn page of the company that they're working for. You also get the LinkedIn description of the company page. So that's very useful. We'll use it on Clay later. Then we also have the number of employees, the industry, the funded year, and the location of the company. But as you can see, we don't have the email address yet, so we'll need to use Clay to enrich it. So when you have this list, you just export it and you import it in Clay. So we'll be using Clay to do two things. First, we need to verify that each lead actually matches your ICP criteria, because even though they follow a relevant page, not all of them will be qualified. And second, we need to enrich the email address and other data that we might need for the outreach. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how this table works. I'm also going to share this table in the description so you can just duplicate it and then use it for your leads. So those are all of the information that we imported from Boomerang. So nothing special here. We have the employee count, industry, company, LinkedIn URL, etc. Then here we're cleaning the domain because we want to remove all of the www, HTTPS, etc. We want a clean domain, so then we can use it for the enrichment later. Then we have the first column that checks if the lead matches our ICP criteria. So in our example, we don't want to contact companies with less than 10 employees. So we just created a formula here that checks if they have more than 10 employees. So if they don't have more than 10 employees, the box is not checked, and so the enrichment won't happen later. Then we're checking if the job title fits our ICP criteria. So here again, it's a simple formula. You can just use AI and add all of the job titles you're interested in, and then you generate the formula. Here it's a bit restrictive, to be honest. I think I could add more job titles, but that's what I've added for this example. Then we're checking if the company fits our ICP criteria. So here we are using ChatGPT and we're checking the LinkedIn description. And in this example, we're checking if it's a B2B company. So it's giving us a score. If the score is high, like here it's 10, it means that it's most likely to be a B2B company. And if it's low, it means that it's probably not a B2B company. If it's 7, like here, it's probably a B2B company, but it's not 100% sure. Maybe they have a part that is also B2C. So I'm going to show you the prompt. Here I have the prompt and here I'm giving it the LinkedIn description. And so of course it's only running if this box is checked, meaning the company has more than 10 employees, and if this box is checked. As you can see here, both are checked. So it's running, and here, as you can see, it's not running. So for this column, the best way to create the prompt is to ask ChatGPT to help you. So you give it all of your criteria, and then you ask it to create a prompt, and you add it directly here. And I noticed the best way to do it is to ask for a score from 0 to 10 instead of saying just yes, it's in the ICP, or no, it's not in the ICP. This way, it's a bit more accurate. And then here we have a simple formula that checks if the score here is above 5. Why 5? There is no specific reason. You could say above 7 or above 3, but I think 5 is a good number in general when they're around 7, or if it's 6, even 5. It's supposed to fit your ICP criteria. But if you want a very, very qualified list, then you can even add above 9, and at least you're sure they will be in your ICP. Then here it's checking if the company is already on the do not contact list, because you don't want to contact your clients or people that already said that they're not interested. So I have another table here where I added all of the companies I don't want to contact. And here, as you can see, it found a record. And when it finds a record, it's not going to run the rest of the enrichment. So it's very easy to set up. You select lookup multiple rows in other table. Then you select the table. So in our case, it's DNC for do not contact. The target column, so it's the company domain, that's the column in the do not contact table, equals to the column that is in this table, company domain. Then we're checking what's the MX provider in case we don't want to contact some providers. Then starts the email enrichment. So the first step in our waterfall enrichment is Prospeo. And then we have Lead Magic. Those, in my opinion, are the two best tools to find email addresses, but we could add more steps here to find more emails. Then when the email that has been found is a catch-all email, we're verifying it with enrich.so, like I've shown you in other videos. And then here in this column, it's merging all of the verified email addresses. Then we clean the company name and also the first name. In general, we don't do the first name, but in that case, since it's scraped directly from LinkedIn, we want to clean it because sometimes people are adding a lot of different things in their first name, and we don't want to add that in the email copy, because in general, in the email copy, we're using the first name. And the last step is to add the lead directly in the email campaign when we have all of the information we need and that the lead fits our ICP criteria. So that's it for this video. Of course, you can also scrape the LinkedIn profile followers as I've shown you, but in most cases, it makes more sense to scrape the followers of the company page, and it's a lot cheaper. I mean, it's 3 times cheaper to do it that way. Now, if you want us to build and run your entire outbound system for you, so you don't need to focus on lead generation and you can just focus on closing deals, you can just hit the first link in the description to book a call with me. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe. I'll be posting more videos to help you with cold emailing and LinkedIn outreach. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.